right, folks, it's time for the series premiere review and beyond because, well, I can't just do the first episode. I'm glad you guys can't hear this, so awesome. Anyways, it's like, yeah, when I have this freaking mic, you can't hear the freaking vibrations. Hey. But, anyways, we're talking about The Prince. Max presents, or HBO Max presents The Prince. Let's start with episode 1. So, episode 1, on its own merit, I would say you shouldn't watch it. It's like I couldn't really recommend it. If it's like, didn't give it a chance. Basically, the one episode was just too much of where I'm like, yeah, they're trying to be too much like Family Guy in that one show that got canceled, and that's it. They're just doing that kind of slapstick, but the good news is that they don't have cutaways, thank goodness. So they're not in the cutaway business. That's the good news. But still, it's to the point of where I'm like, eh. So I couldn't really recommend it if I just did one episode. The first episode, I wouldn't recommend it, but, well, if you're screwed like I was and you can really change it because, well, if you change it, it's going to take a while for you to find another show. And it's like, oh, jeez, man. It's like, that's one thing I hate about streaming is that you can't just change it to another channel and then there you go. You don't have to do any freaking choices. It's just right there. It's starting. Thank goodness. No, instead you got to keep looking for a new one you want to check out. And then finally when you find it, there you go. But that will take minutes out of where you're just finding something instead of just having it there. So with all that said, this is when we have to cut away and go straight into, it's not really the series review, but it could be. And the thing is that they added lots of variables of where I'm interested, but yet not interested. And some things are just too good and too thrilling. So they do know storytelling, and believe it or not, they're 13 to 14 minutes episodes. So that's pretty cool. And what they do good, what they have good is they make fun, of course, they make fun of the royalty. They make fun of Queen Elizabeth, her husband. They make fun of everyone. And the good one was the fact of making the daughter, the youngest daughter, she actually apparently is in bed with people and she's being a total turncoat, a total trainer, a total traitor. And not to mention, she's a sleeper agent where she apparently is like, I'm not going to do this. And then they're like, and then she's like, I'll do as I'm told. And it's like, oh, frick. So it's crazy to see how that develops. It's like, that's one interesting part. The next one is, by out of nowhere, the cave dwellers, if we can call them that. And for those who just don't understand or need more freaking ideas, the cave dwellers were actually once bakers. And they sentenced the bakers in the freaking dungeon or a cavern to where they have to master the craft of the queen's favorite tots. So they locked them in there, and lo and behold, they didn't get to go out to have fresh air or anything. And, well, they inbred with each other. They actually had sex with each other, and eventually the sex got into inbreded, and then thus kind of like what happened in the messed up episode of it's not South Park, of Family Guy, the Road to North Pole with the freaking elves. That's what they fucking did. And now you have these freaking cave dwellers, and they know how to make the tots. But lo and behold, well, a butler's a jerk ass and freaking burned all of them except one. And then one survived, and it turns out that they're pretty good learners. It's like he learned. So basically, the whole thing, which it turns out a big fat misunderstanding, where one person said, take care of him because she doesn't want the tots anymore. He thought take care of him meaning it's time to be a freaking damn mafia man. Instead, it's more like, no, take care of them, release them out in the wild, dude. Let them be free. Let them have their own lives. It looks like they could have actually had their own lives. They could have been people again, but your sorry ass killed them all. At least the good news is that the butler was killed too. It's like, yeah, Butler got killed, but the sad thing is that one of them came up, got into the freaking place. He's now one of them. He's a butler, and he's gonna plan revenge on everyone. He blames everyone for the murders of, in quotations, his family. He blames everyone, not just the freaking butler. He blames everyone. And it's like, dude, just kill the damn ass butler and we're good, right? It's like, get the person who killed your freaking family. Everyone upstairs didn't have anything to do with it. Maybe the jerk asses, which one thing it's a negative is homosexualities in this freaking show. What the fuck? But it's not too horribly bad, but still total what the fuck. And of course, they had self-merchandising, which they mentioned Game of Thrones once. They mentioned Game of Thrones once. Uh, but yeah, that storyline is so damn good. You even get to meet Owen, well, he is the butler of the prince, but well, I won't say any more besides just saying that there's one episode where we get to have a deep look inside of his life, and his life is pretty decent. It's pretty calm. It's a fair life, and he's a very sweet man. It just sucks what George did to him, the prince did to him. Anything else? I guess I guess the whole thing with, was it Henry? No, I think it's Prince Henry, and of course Meghan Markle. That whole thing is sometimes funny and sometimes it's just sad, but on the other hand, it's kind of like the fish out of water thing. And he's like, I can make water. And like, I can go to the store and buy milk. Just things just like landmarks of you growing up, being a young adult. Yeah, especially, well, the whole thing of he's pushed the freaking refrigerator in ice and the fact of he learns what a refrigerator is. So it's like, yeah, he is way out of his freaking comfort zone on this one. So that's all the pluses, and I don't really care for the prince. And well, it's kind of funny. I think episode 4 or 5, you had the queen about to beat the shit out of freaking some reality star, and I'm like, damn, that's gonna happen. What the fuck? And it was so good. It's like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say, bring it on, beep. She's gonna say it, right? And she said it. She said it. I'm like, oh, that's some good freaking crap. And they cut away before they actually had to fight. Oh, they ended it before they you showed the fight. I would like to have a slow motion. Do, 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 boom. Do, 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 boom. It's like, okay, that'll be freaking awesome. But no, they cut away from that. So after watching, I guess, 13 episodes now, do I do I actually change my opinion on this show? Yes. Now I say you should definitely watch it. So basically, the idea is come for the deeper stories, but hold on. Excuse me. Come for the deeper stories, but when it comes to the prince, I don't think he is like, he's a main character, but I don't really see anything that's really a value of him. It's really no value of him at all. I enjoy everything else but the prince. And it's just crazy just watching all the other stuff that happens. It's like everything else that's around him is very juicy, but the prince himself, not so much. Not so much. But anyways, there you go. If you're able to watch it, go for it. But if you're not able to watch it, or even worse, if you're able to find it on YouTube, just, because they freebie stuff and you're like, here's the first episode, I say it's not worth it. If you're able to watch the whole entire season, I think it actually will be worth your while. Anyways, I'm going to go.